Hello gamers and welcome to episode 12 of Let's Play Ash of Gods. We're still on the way with Lo Feng and his band of bitches, and we need to get through the Galleon Tunnel on the steam railway. Let's see how that goes. But maybe let's take a look at our gals first. Oh, we can actually talk to them as well. Let's talk. Shannon, you're the only one without hope in your eyes. Are you going following the wind? What good is hope? You want to know the truth? I murdered an important temple servant, ambushed him and slit his throat in revenge. After that, I got myself into a brawl, and they threw me in the dungeon. If not for the reaping, I'd have walked free already. What? If you don't need hope, what do you fall back on? Where did you learn to fight? Where? Any of your ancestors' icon? That's enough talk. What do you care? Are you surprised that Icon seed spreads without the written consent of your Council of Elders? Are you trying to control another man's seed as you do your own? You could acquire protection on the Isle of Shadows, or I don't really care about, let's say this. Frisia pales in comparison to what I've heard about your island. Who are you trying to entice? A female breeder, or a piece of meat for tempering your blades? Do you believe in those old wives' tales? It's better to overestimate the danger. Such mistakes are more forgiving. That's very wise. If you don't need hope, what do you fall back on? What spends a bird in the sky? Nothing. I'm just like that. If you get high enough, you can spread your wings and fly above your troubles. You only need to look down from time to time. If you see some prey, you dive, grab it, rest on a rock, eat it, and then go back to the skies. What do you see from up above? An Icon warrior who doesn't know where he's going, and me, a brainless woman following him, and blood that blankets the earth like an autumn forest. I'm just like you, Icon. Our eyes are similarly narrow, but how else do we look alike? Not giving a shit about others, or myself either, to be honest. Where did you learn to fight? So you've noticed my skills? I studied in the same temple as Candy, but in a different way. I saw her there, quite often, mostly on all fours, rather than studying. Haha! Even when studying, she was ready to spread her legs at any moment. I'm not blaming Candy, just explaining that I'm not like her. Who are you then, Shannon? I was taught that what Candy learned the hard way, and more. They were saving me for something special, turning me into a killer, a venomous snake. They taught me various tricks and the mysteries of the bedchamber. Poisons, knives, special strikes, many things. I was a good student. Why would a temple acolyte need such skills? That I don't know. My mentor said that true power isn't just about strength and station. It is also your sting, and the stinger needs sharpening. That's enough talk. I don't trust you, Shannon. What good is belief? You can't spread it on bread or wrap it around your shoulders. I see right through you, and I'm happy with what I see. It's useless to seduce you, but you won't betray me. Now let's talk to Reed. The redhead doesn't avoid the others, but rarely seeks company. Are all Kimra like that? Why are you always alone? Do the Kimra avoid befriending foreigners? Do Icons befriend foreigners? I'm never alone. My tribe and my step are always with me. So the Kimra resemble Answers in many ways. How can you say that? The Answers aren't a tribe. Skilled or not, they are warriors. Even though they are vagrants who serve evil, you should still treat them as warriors. How did you tame them? Haga did, the matriarch of my clan. She knew the Answers' language and spoke to them. Those who didn't understand or wouldn't listen, she killed. The rest she saved, if only for a short while. Few Answers can survive a reaping, though they don't always appear during reap time. They were around long enough for the Kimra to be created. Are there women among the Answers? Did anyone fancy the masked strangers? How did it happen? That's the nub of the problem, Icon. No one fancied them, but Haga had a special skill. She possessed women's bodies and forced them to have the Answers' children. It's a grim story, but the Kimra wouldn't be here otherwise. Neither would I. Interesting, so she's like a child of an Ents? Possibly? It's like a female clan or something? You're not going back to your family, are you? You might say that I've already seen my family, and I'm now going where I want, where I ought to go. Want to, or ought to. We'll find out soon enough, Icon. There are no obvious answers. It's what I've been contemplating. Where are the Kimran cities and villages located? I wouldn't tell you, even if they existed, which they don't. The Kimra have their own hideouts, and the ghost town of Donut occasionally accepts us. But our true home is the steppe, our ceiling the blue skies. Our houses are covered wagons, which can be on the move again in a matter of minutes. So like gypsies, basically. What makes you restless? You've heard the nickname. Some people call the Kimra restless nomads. We are restless because we are waiting for the end of the world. Our mother and founder, Haga, predicted it, and the past reapings signaled the same. Why worry about things beyond your control? Why live in the shadow of a 700-year-old prophecy? The reaping may flay this world, but can do no worse. This is the third reaping, Icon. According to the prophecy, what's happened twice shall again. What's happened thrice is done for good. It's also believed that there's nothing a man can't do. Where's the matriarch of your clan buried? In no particular spot, though I know where you're going with this. Haga possessed other women's bodies to bear the Answers' children. She who can possess others can live forever, but immortality eluded Haga. Even so, she never received a burial. How did she die? She was one of the 12 who forfeited their lives in the drowsy deep. Oh, 700 years ago. She cast a spell on herself and turned to stone, then crumbled to ash. All who visit the place walk on her flesh. I see. Our chronicles say that 12 broke the circle of mortal vanity and embraced non-existence. The power they released nearly tore Terminum in half. I have no further questions. Interesting. So, the matriarch basically bred a tribe of women together with Answers. Come to talk to me when you have more. As the Kimran saying goes, weaving words isn't like driving herds. Now this is Candy, the shagging woman. Why are you going to Burkana and not to Vandalia? Huh. What's in Vandalia for me? I'm Frisian, despite the color of my skin. My grandpa was from Baldar, and you know what happened to Baldar. Your fighting style is unusual for a Frisian. I didn't learn my skills in the army. I fought in the temple arenas. I wasn't alone, Icon. Believe it or not, temple harlots are allowed to do many things, especially if we disguise our whims with levity. The price of my schooling was real, however. How did you manage to escape the ranks of temple harlots? I gambled, defeating 5 temple servants and winning my freedom. They wouldn't have honored the bargain, but it just so happened that the Primarch was looking for a reason to take them down a peg. I had obliged. How much did you bet, and where did you get the money? I didn't have any money, so I bet my life, agreeing to be tortured on top of it all. The temple servants sharpened their knives, fighting over who'd get to peel off my dark skin. What got you into trouble? Love did. take it or leave it. The temple issued me a bodyguard's license. I was quickly hired, and my client started humping me straight away. And I, fool that I was, grew quite fond of his wife. So I put up with him, even though I knew he'd end up paying for it. The heart wants what it wants. And did he pay for it? He got off easy. I gave him a quick, nearly painless death. But I didn't turn in the wife who'd set me up. Still, I paid a high price. She turned me in instead, even though she didn't have to. So now I'm here. You're here for another reason. The reaping. Oh, give it up, Icon. The reaping is punishment for an ocean of human sins, and mine are a drop in it. Are you of Vandal or Frisian faith? Neither. I believe someone watches over all people, but without a specific purpose. The god, or gods, don't care about us. It would be even better if they forgot about us completely. You're a free woman, I see. I've always been a free woman, even though I had every orifice subjected to the temple's lechery, or lechery, when I was young. Oh, sorry, nice talk. I want you to know that I'm relying on you, Candy. Whether it makes you happy or not, I rely on you too, Icon. It's nice to work without the usual sniveling and whining. Okay, now we can talk to Bola. When you make Camp Bolas known to pick herbs and brew them in a little pot, hopefully she doesn't poison your companions. I saw you brew something in a little pot, seasoning it with herbs and ashes. Who's that brew for? Hello there! Don't worry, Icon, it's not for you. I haven't decided who it is for yet. It's a love potion, but not the kind that affects the heart. This one invigorates the loins. And I know what to do about that. I learned a thing or two in my time. What if someone else uses your potion? Where did you learn to wield a spear? A good person taught me that you must do your best to survive. An attacker can wrest a knife from you, and the same is true of the bow and sword. Spears and sticks, on the contrary, are always handy. You can grab a shovel, a hoe, anything goes. You never know what might save your life. Was it a soldier who taught you? It was an old man, a Frisian veteran. I rented a room from him. I didn't bring company there, of course. I cooked him meals in exchange for lessons. I was taken when he died. You can always tell a good teacher by his students, like seeing a room's interior through a clean window. What if someone else uses your potion? I'll fill a flask and keep it on my chest. Or did you mean exploiting the lust of others? I'll give a drop to some rich Birkin and he can hump whoever he likes. But he'll come back to me for the second drop. Where was your mother from, Bola? I know very little of her. I believe she was a slave from Gibona, but the Gibona sold her to the Gals, so I won't look for family roots in Gibona. A clean past leads to a clean new life. What if someone recognizes you in Berkana? There are potions for that too, but in truth no one would recognize me. I wouldn't even recognize myself in the mirror. When I change my name, I'll sever the last connections to my former life. What else can you do? Other than impaling myself on others? Shafts? Oh, and impaling the enemy in battle? Are you proposing to me? If you must know, I can do almost anything. Cook, clean, sew and knit, cure simple wounds, set bones, read and write, and bear children. At least I think I can have kids. I haven't tried yet. I'm sure you'll try later. That's what I'm hoping for. Not just for hardship's sake, but to have a living being that reflects my affection. Do you even understand what I'm talking about? Everyone has a mother. Not even icons are forged in a smithy. Well, good luck to you, Bola. Could use some luck and patience. A girlfriend of mine taught me to be patient. Imagine being trapped under a rock slide, she said. Part of you can't help but rejoice at still being alive. Although truthfully, more often I imagined myself stuck under a filthy sack. As long as you don't end up inside that sack. Now we've got Swati left. I noticed you're mending clothes. Are you good with a needle? Do you think women like me are only good in bed? The dialogues with these bitches are interesting. Everyone earns what they can. Oh yes, you'll toil and bend over backwards to keep yourself fed. If you want to live, you'd eat shit and say thank you. You're making fine stitches, I see. Are you ready to toil away with a bow over your shoulder? That's been on my mind recently. Maybe I should stop sleeping around, huh? What else can you... if I offered you a finger, you'd take the whole arm, wouldn't you? That depends on the pay. I've heard various things. I'd think twice if I were you. Even a slave woman's patience has its limits. You are no longer a slave. I'm emancipated. My daddy gave me freedom, but no money. I guess I should be happy. He let me keep my dress. He gave me documents, but the Frisian guard took them away for minor misconduct. What else can you do? You just looking for company or choosing a wife? If you want a quickie, we'll agree on a price. But I won't marry you. I can't marry a foreign woman without the Council of Elders' permission. Huh? Even the Madame on the Gordin wharf didn't interfere with contracts. You asked permission to take a leak too? No wonder I've never had an icon client. Banter is nice, but there are other things to do. It's your life, Swati. I wasn't thinking anything else. And for that I'm thankful. Even a woman like me prefers a true word to one that's kind or rude. So what we could do, obviously, in the squad management is take a closer look at the characters. You know, like their skills and stuff, and also their all the background information. But 15 minutes have passed in this episode, and I think we first continue the journey. The stretch of the wooden road running through the tunnel, hewn into the mountains, a true surviving legacy of the great ancestors who lived before the day of the divine retribution. Doom stops the engine for a minor repair. Without the distracting noise, your thoughts drift back to Reed. Does she truly pity her enemies? Death came as a relief to that Frisian. What does she know of endless agony that makes you beg for death? What does she know of starvation and sleep deprivation, and of the exhaustion of combat training? Does she know how children are made into Shadow Clan warriors? They never complain or cry. It's forbidden. Designs, which instill foreigners with awe, are cut into the icon's children's skin with a knife and treated with a caustic poultice, prolonging the pain for several weeks. These children are beaten for the slightest of offenses, even crying and smiling. What does the redhead know of torture? Let's reminiscence about the past. None of them were the same. Their teachers gave them pets to care for, and then, after a while, demanded they kill them. New pets were given, which they were forced to torture and kill, while showing no emotion. Then came the foreigner's turn. They did the same to adults and children alike, torturing and murdering, staying cool and composed, torture and murder, leaving behind revulsion and bloodlust, rising above horror and hatred of their teachers, rekindled now, after so many years of calm. Doom pokes his head into the carriage, jolting you from your musings. It's done. We're ready to go. The next stop is the cave outpost, a short way from here. We'll restock on wood and refill the water tank. There's usually a small guard though. I'll stop the machine and leave the rest to you. Let's not. You're a warrior of peace. When the river of life bends, you go with the flow. Doom shrugs and gets to the engine. The engine noise is soon replaced by the squeak of the wheels. A dim light appears ahead. Galleon tunnel is going to cost 15 Strixes. Oh, there we go. I'm not too fond of steampunky stuff, but it fits kind of nicely here. The machine stops and you and your companions jump out of the carriage. You don't see any guards around, despite expecting the numbers to be double the normal. Doom scratches his head. That's weird, not a single watchman in sight. They're either gone or assembled in the cave, where they store the wood and water, the only sheltered space. I wonder why no one came out, though. They should have heard us coming. You look back to your companions, and they are already coming, weapons drawn. You need not say a word. On the other side of this door are much needed supplies. Nice sound effects. And vision guards that you could do without. It's a good time to assign duties to the fugitives. Could I heal the party? No, let's not do it. It's just one person injured. Let's attack. You tell the fugitives to wait for your signal, open the door and enter the cave. Armed Frisians are inside, but they are not in a hurry to attack you. Of course, they wouldn't know what happened in Vodan just yet. You wonder why they are hiding here, so you decide to talk to them first. Their sergeant steps forward and looks you over. You're an icon, right? Do you serve Pelkus Saturi? Give him our best regards. Wait, wasn't a different official supposed to come with you? Do you know where he is? Since you're here, though, it doesn't matter. It's it's as clear as day that someone's paid the local guards to kill the person in whose stead you came. Such are northerners. If they didn't squabble amongst themselves so much, they'd have conquered Berkana long ago. However, it's not your concern. You are facing another obstacle. At your command, your warrior wenches file into the cave. The sergeant face hardens. What's this ragtag entourage? I see they're armed. Have you betrayed Frisier? For that, you'll be quartered. Boys, kill these traitors. Well, I'm not sure if we could have maybe talked our way out of it. Yeah, let's take everyone, even though I'm not quite sure if she should fight, actually. But an archer might be handy, so let's just fight with full ranks. I could maybe also just fight with only icon. I'm not sure, though. Okay, here we go. Let's activate this first. Let's fight like in a close formation. Oh, I should have changed the card. She can dish out 18 damage. If I was inclined to get injured. That's my assassin. Deal 9 damage and stun the target. She's got lots of health. But let's move with her first. Oh shit, I didn't want to move that far. Because it wasn't necessary. Ouch. I could now deal... No, that won't be enough. Let's shoot at him. And reduce his energy. Oh shit! To everyone on the line. The same applies to him, I guess. That sucks. Okay, he won't do much though. His turn has ended. How much damage? 12 damage, so that means 24. That means he is dead. Okay, they're coming over. So I've got Lo Feng. He can only attack this guy. She can't attack anyone. Let's go here with Lo Feng. He's got lots of health as well. Because of the injury, I don't have any. Deals 15 damage to health. Deals 30 damage to health and adjacent units. 23 damage to energy. That might actually be enough to kill him. Okay, so I've got my archer, and I've got her. "21 damage, but I would be nearly dead. I can attack from there. Should I keep the massive distance? I think I should. Not, but go here. What's his special skill? This blinding strike needs 22 energy. He can't do that anymore, which is good. I could deal 21 damage to health, but I'd be nearly dead, so I won't do it. I think it's worth reducing his energy first. Generated some energy. With you I'll just go here and preserve the remaining energy. Nice counterattack. Well, he's got minus 19, why is he still alive? I think this is a bug. Okay, he's got 1 health left now suddenly. He can still do something and he can. So I'll go here and attack him with bloodletting. I'm going to attack his health. Okay, that was really painful. Okay, I can't do that because I would kill Lo Feng. Increase your defense by 55. Let's do that. And then we can also see if we can still attack. can. Whom are we going to kill? We can only kill him. So let's do it. Okay, they're now in round 2. Please. Okay, that's a good defense. These turns last really long, so it's quite worth having some good shit. I think I want the archer gun. And gun you shall be. Okay, but the defense is just massive. This is incredibly helpful. I've underestimated the high defense value. I need to maybe look in a Wikipedia or somewhere where how this actually works. With attack and defense. Who can still move if you can't? I could have her kill either of them. What about her? She could only shoot at him. Let's check if I can truly shoot at him. I can. Could also shoot at him. But I can't kill him. Let's kill him. I'm going to keep my high defense value because I've got more people, so so having lots of people is actually good if you've got a skill like that. Just for test purpose sake, let's do this and see if I can still go on and attack him. I can. That's good. Deal 9 damage and reduce the defense. Deal 9 damage and push back. That doesn't make sense. Deal 9 damage and stun. Let's try that. So I need to go here. With my spear lady. And do a piercing strike against his energy. Okay. He still has 55 defense. Amazingly. I could deal 28 damage against him. And lose some health. Let's do it. Because this is just 7, it won't be enough. Goodbye. Okay, this apparently lasts for longer than just a round. It lasts like forever. You get the kill. Okay, that was pretty good, because I used the defense as a special skill. Inspiration. Got 2. 2 level ups, no additional injuries, 100 strixes, 2200 gold, very good. After the battle, you tell Doom to tend to the engine while you return to the tunnel. One of the women, Swarty, lingers by one of the dead Frisians. Perhaps she's looting the body. You choose to turn a blind eye and deal with it later if necessary. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to end this episode here. And then next episode I'm going to take a look at the character background stories, do some more talking, maybe even sleep. We shall see. So it stays exciting after this really good fight. So thanks a lot for watching. Until then, bye for now.